Right,
It
let's
is
kick it off.
time to put the scarf on. I'm putting my loyalty out there extremely early in this one.
That's fucked.
What's fucked?
I am not copying that.
What?
Oh, that is...
What?
Mate, if you...
What's the issue?
Recurring listeners and guests of this
What's the
podcast
issue?
know that is absolute horseshit.
What's the issue? I'm a Swans fan.
No way. You love
I'm a
handled.
Swans fan.
You love handled the Bulldogs all week this
What
week.
happened?
We're going to watch him this week. Last week, he couldn't even tell us who he was going for because he was so love-torn between his Bulldogs and the Sydney Swans. The Bulldogs, like I said, are shit and got bashed 2 weeks in a row. And now they play the Swans. He chucks his Swan scarf on. The bloke couldn't even look at it last week. Absolute horseshit. I'm not even going to go and sit in that box with you. I'm not copping that. The guy has glazed the Bulldogs all year. His new best friend, Sam Darcy, is out for the whole year. The Darcy Bulldogs are dead and he comes on with his Swan scarf. I have not seen that all day. He's pulled that out from underneath his fucking skivvy he's got on. Absolutely not copping that. What a way to start us off.
It's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen, in the red and white. And
Far
guess
out.
what? We are going to see you in September, Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
We're going all the way.
Oh, my God.
It's
We are
all
gonna
red
win
and
the
white,
comp.
baby. It's all red and white. There's just no way we lose. Look, another week where those orange-wearing fucks come to our SCG and they just get little brother. Toby
Yep.
Green, didn't even see ya. Were you out there? Didn't even see him. Jesse Hogan obviously wasn't actually out there, but didn't see you out there either, Jesse. So
There was a big sound, and that was the 4-hour fucking storm
Yeah,
delay
I
that
know.
held us, making it 10:22. The
Yeah,
second
yeah,
half
that's
started.
fucked.
I didn't get through the whole game because I knew we were going to win comfortably. But yeah, the Thunder, the Giants, they just couldn't do shit. So yeah, Swans on top. Swans win the comp.
And it's just nice to be back in red and white. Obviously, big game for the Swannies this week. But I reckon, do you want me to go through scores, or you want to do it?
If you don't mind going through,
Yep.
that'd be great.
No
Thank you.
worries. Let's run through the round recap quickly.
Sure.
Thursday, we had the Carlton Blues 83 defeated by the Collingwood Magpies 88. A lot of talking points out of that one.
Yeah.
What do you think about this whole Elijah Holland thing?
I know. I didn't really want to talk about it a whole too much, but I honestly just think this poor guy has probably... the way I see it is like something maybe has happened and he's just gone, fuck this, and then he's just indulged into whatever he's indulged to. So I reckon it was a mixture of both. I reckon something's happened. He hasn't had like an episode. Maybe he's freaked out or something like that potentially. It's not good to see regardless, but I reckon there's too much evidence there to say that he wasn't not on something.
Yeah.
Which sucks to say it. Like, you hope it's not right, obviously.
I think all I thought about the situation was just like, to be honest, like, is it bad if he took drugs or alcohol pre-game or whatever? Yeah, of course. But like, I don't know. My bigger issue was if you knew he was not right, why are you letting him play 60% of game time? Like,
Yeah.
they should have dragged him.
Yeah.
Like very early on. There was a lot of people in that crowd who could tell like something wasn't right.
Well, like I said, I was there and I was talking to people around us going, the whole, like, he must just be like a pest to play on. Like, he was
Yeah.
just doing this bit where he's like, he was pushing and shoving, then he'd like come back and like hug whoever he was playing
Yeah.
on, then be like, oh, sorry, rather than like push him off. And I was like, fuck, he must just be a pest.
Yeah.
That's why he's in the team.
Yeah, a bit like Dane Zorko.
Yeah, literally, he was like running around like McGregor strutting, like high-fiving his mates on the arse, and I was just like, he's like fucking
Yeah.
going crazy. And then when the news came out the next day, my brain exploded. I was like, holy fuck, that would make a lot of sense if it was true.
Yep.
I kind of get it that like maybe Carlton knew about it, but did the right team thing by him and like just let it fly and like didn't play into it. Just was like, yeah, nah, that's just him being him, blah blah blah. But obviously, one posse with 80% or 60% game time, and even Vossi, I think, covered his ass and say, oh yeah, I think he was just really down the dumps, you know, let the team down a bit, didn't play his best game, you know, and used his performance side
Yeah.
of how to had to look on it. But obviously, there's probably a lot more to it. It's kind of fucked, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
it's a shame that Carlton didn't win that game because they would have probably removed all the headlines from him
To a
potentially
degree,
to a
to a
degree.
degree.
But the way they lost, yeah, it was
Yeah, it's a tough one. Obviously, we wish and hope that everything is all good on the Hollands end. Like it came out yesterday in a headline that he got admitted to hospital or something. I don't know what
Yeah,
for,
it's
but like
tough.
I think obviously a lot of media scrutiny and all that stuff. That there's a lot of pressure at the moment, and if you're a bloke that's dealing with maybe some, whether it's mental health or drug abuse issues or
It
whatever,
sucks.
because that's the thing that people don't want to address in the room is that this guy has had a history of drug-related issues. He got delisted because of a drug-related issue. I think it was with cocaine. I'm not 100%, but I think it was. So this guy has a history, and now there's this weird performance. There's a lot of just weird stuff going on. And
I hate talking about it because I don't like speculating.
100%.
I don't like speculating. I don't like people
Yep.
speculating
Yep.
because, like, especially people that we know recently, and even in AFL, like, we're losing a lot of blokes at the moment to men and women for starters, for mental health issues and
Yeah, you don't want to bash a bloke when he's down.
That's right. Something that, and to be fair, we probably cross the line sometimes, maybe not with individuals specifically, but you never know what this guy's going through, and something like this when everyone's talking about him probably isn't good for him. So I heard Kane Corn sort of going off a little bit, say Vossi had to say something there and then I was like, no, he doesn't. He clearly knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
But what's he going to say? Yeah, look, there's something fishy going on with him.
Sack him
he was really bad, and we'll deal with that. No, you put your arm around him and say, yeah, it's all good. And maybe it was probably the wrong thing to do if he was out there on something or whatever.
Yeah.
But wrong to speculate, because people do have these fucking breakdowns and episodes, and that is to the severity of it. It is a thing. So,
and also, I think the issue, a big issue as well, is there's so much conflicting stuff coming out in the media, right? Caro Wilson is coming out and saying, I spoke to Collingwood players, and they were saying that they were talking about him appearing drunk on the field and stuff like that.
That lip reading thing.
But then Collingwood come out and go, we didn't say that. And then it's like, well, fucking, you're both putting out conflicting info that goes against each other. So obviously someone's wrong. So yeah, it's just tough to know, and you'd never want to speculate too much, but not a good look for the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, it just sucks. So hopefully that just gets put to bed, and
it's a shame, right? Because
he gets better or whatever.
You're talking about that when the talking point should be, fucking Collingwood could have lost that game. Carlton could have won that game. Taylor Byrne could have kicked a winner after the siren, and that would have been the talking point of the game, obviously with that mixed in.
Hardly heard anything about Vossi this week either.
Which he's probably loving. Maybe he spiked Elijah Holland. Here's a conspiracy. Vossi spiked Elijah Hollands pre-game to take the scrutiny off him. You heard it here first. That's
they didn't sack him regardless. So.
That's the headline. I haven't heard one Vossi talk this week, so maybe it worked. Next game Friday, we had the Geelong Cats 131 defeating the Western Bulldogs 56. Massive bang job there by the Geelong Cats.
Another Doug's lock of the week. Dogs 40, was it? Cats 40 plus.
Yeah, it was.
And it was comfortably.
Tough one. Obviously, Darcy confirmed ACL. You just hate to hear that. You never want to see anyone, but a star player, key forward, big unit. It just sucks. It sucks. Obviously, Tim English out for a little bit of time. O'Donnell went down with a knee injury as well. Bont got a little bit injured. I think he's all right, but he went down at the point as well. So they're just liver concussion. They're saying he might be fucking done. His whole career might be done, which makes sense. He's had a lot of head knocks. He's probably not going to play next year. So, man, they are just a team that started so strong. They've had a bad couple of weeks, and they're getting the injury toll adding up. So
quite concerning, one would say.
I think it is the worst possible outcome to come into a match against the Swans. All the best for us. So.
We're up for the picking.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're going to be fucking... yeah.
Yeah, I will be.
Poor old doggies. We'll get into them.
Yeah, and then the next game, we had the Sydney Swans 107 defeat the GWS Giants 66. We just own these pricks. What else is there to say, honestly?
Nah. We didn't even look like we were trying too hard.
It was the easiest game of the year. Curnow, again, not a big game.
Not a big game, no.
No.
But I mean, who cares? We're winning, right? And I think...
Yep.
We do sign players like that on that money to do those things and to have a big game every week. But hey, if we're winning and the other players around him are playing better, I prefer that.
But you also can't put this is what I was trying to say to my girlfriend, you can't put a stat line on what he brings to the team in terms of opening Amadi up, opening McDonald. Those two guys have had, arguably pretty good starts to the year. I think McDonald's a peanut brain for sure, and I think Amadi is as well. But they've kicked goals consistently in the last couple of weeks when they weren't really doing that last year. So you can't put a price on the... he takes the best key defender every single week, right?
Yeah.
And gives Amadi McDonald the shittest defenders.
That's what I mean,
That's
mate.
what they should do. You should kick goals on fucking dog shit
That's
defenders.
what I'm saying. And again, Amadi wasn't awful last year, but McDonald was far from his best.
Bad, yeah.
And he looks like he's new and improved. Like I said, he's not this awesome standout. He's not the number one forward for sure, but he does get grabs and he's having shots on goal. If he can just convert at 80%, that's a big ask. If he can convert a positive percentage, 70%-ish, he's going to be effective. Same with Amadi. Amadi's been great and he's looking real good through shots for goal too.
And they don't need to fire. If they can just kick one or two between them all and the midfielders do what they did all last year for Sydney, the Heenies, the Warners, they kick a couple. That's probably going to be enough against most sides.
Yeah, well, look.
And you get a big team, you get a big game against the Brizzy or, a real leader. And maybe that's when Curnow has to strike and really come through. But
didn't the Giants just look really bad too? And all the... what's Lockie last name?
Whitfield.
No, 7. Ash. stat patter galore.
Yeah, they are. GWS have always
He
been
just
like that,
tries
though.
to look good in a bad team at the
Yeah.
moment. Like,
But Whitfield's had 35 dozzies for the last 2 years running, like in
I
every
know.
single game. But like, he's good, but is he? I don't know. He's
it's not effective.
yeah.
Not
I'm with you.
effective.
I'm with you. There's a lot of wasted stuff there.
Yeah, no, I had raps on him early in the year, even with the injuries, but they're just.
I think we need to give him a little bit of leeway just for injury toll.
Yeah,
Obviously,
you're right,
Hogan
you're
out
right.
pre-game
But again,
and stuff like that.
put
But
the line through him.
But guess what? We fucking own you, Orange Pricks, and
We
enjoy
smashed
Engie.
them.
Stay over there.
Yeah.
Next game of the week, we had Gold Coast Suns 119 defeating the Essendon Bombers by 9, 110. Not sure many people would have seen this coming. I actually got a DM from a one Dilbet friend of the podcast saying, he sent me a bet slip, Gold Coast by 100. And he said, just sending this so when it hits, I look smart.
Well, he had 2 cold takes and 1 hot take.
The Brizzy Lions one?
Brizzy Lions never losing a game.
that's lost.
And North Melbourne was his 40 plus was his hot take, and that did
That
pay.
did win. So 1-1 there.
So, but then
Or 2-1.
2-1. Yeah. However you see it. Yep. We'll see what he's got for us this week.
But I thought it was a pretty entertaining game. I'm surprised Essendon kicked that many points. I think that's a warning against the Gold Coast Suns. If Essendon are kicking 110 against you,
Yeah.
that's a worry. They got a dog shit forward line.
Massive
That's a
worry.
pretty big worry for me. What do you think of the game? Anything?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I sort of tuned in for like the first half of that game, and I just sort of, just think it was going to be like a Gold Coast Suns dominance kind of thing. But Essendon sort of kept hanging around, and I thought, geez, 230 points in the game of footy for these two clubs, pretty big. But the Gold Coast had to bounce back after the loss to the Swans, and they did. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's 4 points. But
Yep.
Essendon, the last 2 weeks, at least showing signs of not being the worst football club in the comp. So
Yep.
a little bit of a kudos to them as well, potentially.
Yeah, could be. They're definitely playing better footy. So, yeah, go Bombers, eh? Go Bombers.
Until they play us at Marvel in
Yeah.
a couple of weeks and we lose to them, probably.
Yeah, 100%. Next game of the week, we had Hawthorn 89 defeating Port Adelaide 86. Close one, and just another one that I just don't know how to feel about Hawthorn. Look, they're winning. Can't take that away from them at all. They're winning.
They're good,
but I just
they're
think
not
they
great.
should be doing more. I don't know. Like, should be doing more against the Port Adelaide side, in my opinion. It's hard.
Port Adelaide is one of those weird teams at the moment
Yeah.
too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess there was a lot of kind of close games this week, so maybe it was just the nature of the round. But I say it every week. I'm still not sold on Hawthorn, and unfortunately, a 3-point win against Port Adelaide at
Is he gonna do
Marvel doesn't make me any more confident.
Ain't going to do it.
No. Next game of the week, we had the Adelaide Crows 103 defeating the St Kilda Saints 102. Close game again. Adelaide Oval.
Ripping finish.
Yeah, great finish. St Kilda kicked away to begin the game. First half looked pretty good, and then Adelaide just stepped on. I think they kicked 7 or 8 in a row or
Yeah.
something like that. Came back pretty hard, which you should be doing at home. So good win for them.
That's the high scoring Adelaide Crows of last year that I like to see. But
Yeah.
hey, just happy to, again, escape with the 4 points. And again, it sucks that all these teams like Bombers and St Kilda are wasting their good games and not getting the result.
Yeah.
Would have been cool to see them both win, but also, again, it's just another St Kilda loss. It's just like another fucking wheel keeps turning, so.
Yeah, I thought Tex had a great game. I think he kicked 4 or 5. He looked pretty good.
What's with these old boys just sort of coming
Still
into
living.
form? Like Gunston, fucking Walker.
Yeah.
Like they had his stats up. He's played like 300 or 6 games or something like that. He's
Yeah.
grey as fuck, but he just...
It's crazy.
he's a good player, man. Shout out to him.
Just the longevity.
One of my all-time favourites.
It's crazy. Sunday, we had North Melbourne 130 defeating Richmond 55. Great call, Dilbet. Bang job by the Kangas. And maybe that's a sign that the Kangas have turned the page finally.
They're going to get 6 wins.
Because last year, they probably would have either lost this game or competed very closely. This year, they beat them by 75. So maybe that's a sign that things have changed for
We're
North
going to
Melbourne.
see 6 wins.
It's good to see, and I'm sure the Kangas fans are duly very happy for this.
Yep.
I don't mind the Kangas. I'm glad they're finding some form and playing
I love
good
them.
footy.
I mean,
It's
I'm always
been a
gonna-
long time coming.
I want to see them do well.
Yeah.
They've never been good as long as we've been alive,
Yeah.
pretty much. So,
Yeah.
I want to see them in the 8.
Yep,
and
good on
soon.
them. Good on them. Game of the round for mine. Melbourne 104 defeat Brisbane Lions 102. I was really impressed with this game.
For sure.
This is my team of the week. Straight
Was it
up.
the last game of the week?
One more.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
One more game after this. But this was my team. This is my game of the week. I
Yep.
just thought. I think the lead changes were like 11 lead changes in that whole game. It was just back and forth. It was a super scrappy game. I thought Melbourne had like the chance to quit and lose at any time if they wanted to, but they didn't. They stayed in it. They kicked away at the end, and then they held on. I thought it was a really gutsy win. That the bit that sort of exemplified it was when Gawn and Steele hit that tackle on Will Ashcroft in forward 50 and hit the ball tackle, got the ball turned over. I thought that was just summed it up. Like your two big players making a big play, stepping up, and effectively winning the game in that moment for them. So I thought Van Rooyen was really, really good. I thought Gawn and Steele, like I said, they were big late. Myercheck I thought was really good again. Collingwood would be fucking desperate to have Myercheck back. Honestly, I've said it since he left. He's been so good for Melbourne.
It's funny, like me especially, and I'm not even a Collingwood fan, but Collingwood fans were in agreement saying how they couldn't just wait to get rid of Myercheck. Just wasn't delivering as his key forward. Blah blah. He'd kick one week and kick 5 the next, but though it was against a soft draw. But they are absolutely fucked at the moment in the forward line, Collingwood, and I'm actually quite happy to see Myercheck playing well. And one thing I do love about this game also, spoiling the party for Lockie Neal's 300 game. Someone else's 150th.
Love that.
Just cop that, Lockie Neal.
I thought a couple of their stars were quiet. Like I didn't think Lockie Neal had a brilliant game.
No.
I thought the Ashcrofts they were decent, but
they were sort of in cruise control.
Quiet?
They were just in cruise control, and then when they had to sort of go, oh fuck, we're in a bit of an arm wrestle here. I think they just weren't expecting that.
Maybe
and they went out there and just got pantsed a bit. And Melbourne just they just.
I mean, 2 big upsets for Melbourne. They scrapped Gold Coast now.
I don't know where to sit it.
Brisbane, but they lose to Essendon. It's tough.
Again, it's like this buy hold sell thing we did the other week, right? Like Melbourne has such a hold. Like,
I think holding them, right?
Holding them, like you just don't know. Like they
could do anything.
That's right.
They could do anything at this
point. I know,
point.
and I like them too.
And I think that goes to show you the value of letting a couple of these big name players like the Tracks and the Olivers who have been there for some time and maybe a bit stagnant, and you get some money back in, you blood some depth and some youth and. It looks good for Melbourne at the moment. They're playing good footy.
I enjoy watching Melbourne play. I really do. Outside of Fridge, I really like them all.
It's a bad haircut.
And Melksham as well.
Yeah. Last game of the round, we got the West Coast Eagles 41 defeated by the Fremantle Dockers 97. Not much to touch on for that.
I wish the Eagles put up more of a fight. Pretty disappointing trying to get on the Eagles bandwagon. But Freo just did what they do, get 4 points and piss off.
Let's talk most concerning teams.
Sure.
Who you got?
Mine is obviously the Western Bulldogs.
Of course.
Because I think they've been my concerning team 3 weeks, and I will continue to do so. But now they got the Swans scarf off. Maybe I'll leave them on. But pretty hard to argue that they're not, right? Because another top 4 side this week. It's going to be a tough contest. They're 0-3 against top 4 sides. I think they beat the Lions.
Yeah, I think they. I can't. Yeah, I think they did beat them.
I think they beat the Lions, but outside of that, they've been looking pretty ordinary and inconsistent as fuck.
Yep.
The midfield got beaten over and over again on the weekend, which is supposed to be their strong point. Without Tim English, they've just been like this completely different side.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't really realise it that much when we sort of mentioned it in the weeks previous, but a few Bulldogs fans commented on our post saying like they never expected us to win it because such a different team without him. But like injuries everywhere now. No Sam Darcy is just like taking the fucking keys out of the fucking Maserati. So I mean, me personally, I think they're done. I mean, and the worst part is with their playing group, if we don't see them win this year, right? I don't think we can now with the injuries. I reckon the window's shut. I reckon they had potential to maybe get close this year and next year, but I reckon we're going to see the Bulldogs on a real slippery slope.
It's an interesting point that you bring up because the window, I don't think it's closed, but it is definitely closed. How long can you hold on to Bont for, right? He's probably got
Libba.
Libba's done. I don't think he'll play next year. I'll be surprised if he plays next year, to be honest. I think too many head knocks and stuff. He'll be gone. But Bont, you'd say maybe like another 4 or 5, you would think?
Years?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think he could. He's only early 30s.
He's just cruising, so I feel like why not? Because if he loves his footy, he'll be a Pendles.
And he's not going to play anywhere else. So, I think you could probably be confident you're going to get another...
Are you confident in saying that?
I think he plays another 4. He just re-signed recently.
In Bulldogs, though. Do you reckon he'll only play for Bulldogs?
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, okay. No, cool. This is a question.
No, I don't think... He's not... Where would he go?
Tassie for 2 million?
I don't think so. I think if anyone, it's Nicky that goes to Tassie. I think if anyone. But I can't see the Bont leaving the Dogs. But you bring up a good point. The window is certainly starting to close. So, it's not a bad argument. We'll see how they go.
Isn't it crazy how fast things can change in footy?
Yeah, I mean, that's just injury for you, right? Generally, it comes down to depth, and they do have good depth, but you can't just keep testing it.
Yep.
My most concerning team this week, and I know they won, but it wasn't a convincing win for me, and it's Collingwood.
Yeah.
They versed a clearly struggling Carlton, playing 18 on 17 effectively, and they didn't look good. If you want to compete at the top this year, in my opinion, you got to start seeing some separation from these bottom teams like Carlton, and I know it's how Collingwood typically play, where they play close games and they come back from behind, but if they didn't have a superstar named Nicky Dacos to lift in that fourth quarter, have an absolutely ridiculous fourth quarter, and Taylor Byrne to miss an arguably a pretty kickable set shot and win the game and turn the tides for him, they would have lost. They would have lost. And Nick's, it was game 100.
To Carlton.
He ended up with 39 touches at 80% efficiency. It's fucked. 13 in quarter 4, 1-1 in terms of goals behinds, 2 assists, 9 scoring involvements. There's a lot of what ifs about this Pies squad at the moment for me. Obviously, none of them revolve around Nick. He just is
Imagine
thriving.
if he wasn't there.
Even if he's playing injured at the moment, he's just thriving at the moment.
Imagine if he wasn't there.
They'd be fucked. They would have lost that game, 100%.
That goal he scored in the last quarter where he got the tap from the ruck,
Yeah.
got a handball, gave it back, kicked down forward, got a handball, then kicked over the top, and then followed it
Chased
up,
down.
got it down,
Yeah.
and picked it up on the ground and kicked
Yeah.
it in the goal square. Like,
His
who else is
vision-
doing that?
His vision, his footy IQ, it's like one of one. Honestly, it's really up there.
It's not even that hard to glaze him because he's literally just that good.
He's a gun. Yeah.
In live, he like the.
If you say he's not the best player you've ever watched live, like
Nah,
you're probably just a
100%.
liar. to
Other
be
than
honest.
maybe Buddy Franklin,
Yeah.
but for different reasons,
Yeah.
right? Like,
but of our generation,
For
if
sure.
if you watch it and say he's not the best player we've
Yeah.
seen, it's a lie.
like
It's just a lie.
I even think that the fans that boo him, the ones that dislike him, I
Yeah.
think they've started to realize now that like he is just that good. You just
Yeah.
have to fucking tip your hat.
It's like Nathan Cleary. It's literally the
Yeah.
equivalent of Nathan Cleary. Probably Nathan has done more on the big stage, like
for sure.
But they don't get those chances. AFL. It's like this regular season and the finals. Only.
That's right. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
He doesn't get to play State of Origin or
for sure. When was the last sort of back to back? Like it's like Dacos playing for the Lions.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. I think Collingwood, I'm concerned for them. Honestly, I am. They're not playing great footy. Yeah, they're winning. But I think things, if Dacos goes down injured, they are fucked.
They're an interesting fan base, aren't they?
They are completely fucked. So, Collingwood, let me know if you agree with me in the comments. But I think massive watch your space on Collingwood at the moment for me.
Yeah, they're in big trouble, mate.
Player of the week. Who you got?
Jeremy Cameron.
Has to be.
It's Jeremy
between
Cameron. I mean, it's a fucking obvious one for sure. But like, when a bloke kicks 10 goals in the
can you
AFL
say?
and he's about 40 years old
Yep.
against a good team,
Yep.
was a good team, the Bulldogs. I mean, like I said, just Geelong at home, man, they're just so hard to beat.
Yeah,
and
they are.
again, they're kind of sleeping. Everyone's sleeping on Geelong at the moment.
Mm.
Bailey Smith,
Did we buy him? I think we might have bought him
yes,
at low.
yeah, we did because
Yeah.
they were sitting outside the
Yeah.
8. We bought Geelong
Yeah.
because, again, Bailey Smith, arguably, I mean, it's hard with Dacos there, but I mean, again, after we saw last year, Bailey Smith is having a Brownlow year, just quietly achieving, getting his 30, 35 posses a game, being super effective with him, just fucking always running. He's got a serious motor. And once his team gets firing, Dangerfield back in, with
Yep.
Dangerfield back in and Jeremy Cameron still kicking 10 goals,
Yep.
fuck, man.
I got 2 questions for you.
Let me.
One, why do Geelong insist on playing Jezza down, like up the field? Tell me why. Is it injury? Is it preservation? Is it...
I don't know. I don't know
What is the
why.
reasoning? Why do they start him on the wing when he plays key forward? He's the best key forward in the game. And can you argue with that?
I
That's
don't
my
know.
second question. Is he the best key forward in the game?
I think at the moment he's absolutely, because he's just he kicks him from
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep.
And like he's just a great player. Like
He's the best kick in the comp. Why do they continue to play him on the wing?
That's right.
The only thing I can think of is injury preservation.
what's what I thought. The thing is, why the wing? Like sometimes you see with when these guys get older, they transition. Like so Zorko, for example, was a small forward.
Halfback.
Moves to halfback.
Luke Parker.
Literally revamps his whole career.
Yep.
And he's absolutely sensational back there.
Look at Luke Parker at the moment.
Literally, but Jeremy Cameron's going to be like a top 5 goal scorer of all time.
Yeah.
And every time they put him forward, he does well. I don't know if he's having input saying that he wants to play up mount, which, when a player like that says that, you give it to him.
Yeah.
But he's just like, they need him in his position.
I'd love to know why. I really don't
Why
know.
wouldn't you? You're cruising down there.
And if you have him and Shannon Neal, the Twin Towers, fucking absolutely splitting you, geez, it's so hard to compete against. And it just sets up your smalls to look good.
There's
And
so many guys in that team that can score goals from everywhere.
Yeah.
Like fucking...
even Holmes, a fucking halfback.
Holmes, here's the fucking Dempsey. Dempsey kicks
Yeah,
2
from
goals
the
every
wing,
game
from
from
the
the wing.
wing,
Like,
yeah.
why would you move him? Like,
Yeah, it's strange. I wish I would know, but...
But yeah, 10 goals, mate. You can't argue player of the week for me. Just too good.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not Jez, it had to be Nick.
He's like on the higher ends of 30s, I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah.
So like, good for him.
Yeah, if it wasn't Jezza, it was Nick. So I think it had to be Jezza. But Nick not far behind. He had a great game, great
Yeah.
fourth quarter.
And it sucks that we like Nick. We always Nick Dacos is the best player every second or third week, but like he fucking is.
Hard to argue.
He fucking is. And
hard to argue.
it's not like and what he does for his team. Like
Yeah.
Carlton win by 40 without him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, let's run through the AFL preview now.
Mm-hmm.
We have round seven this week.
7.
Kicking off on Thursday night, we got The Western Bulldogs taking on the Sydney Swans.
Mm-hmm.
What can you say about this match?
Swans at Marvel, always a bit scary.
A little bit questionable, for sure.
If they didn't have the 2 performances in a row last week, the Bulldogs, I'd be a bit nervous for this one. But I reckon they've just been absolutely rocked with these injuries and 2 big losses. And Swans are just firing on all cylinders. Pretty comfortable that Swans will win this one.
I think so too. Line's 27.5.
Biased outside. You've got a Swans fan and a Bulldogs fan here. So
yeah, I don't know. The line's 27.5. I don't know. I don't feel confident either side on that.
Just take them head to head.
Could see a bang job, could see a close one, could see a lot of outcomes here, but it's hard to see Sydney losing this. They're flying at the moment. I think O'Donnell is out for a couple of weeks, so like Bustling is probably going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think we're getting them at a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
I find it, as much as I love the doggies, I find it very hard to see how they compete here. And we'll be watching this in a box, and hopefully. Hopefully, the Swans put fucking 100 on them and we'll go home happy.
In a box or in the seats out front of the box?
Unconfirmed yet. I will confirm that.
Please confirm with that. I had a similar issue last week. So
Friday, we've got Richmond taking on Melbourne at the MCG.
Potentially for a good game. Potential good game, but I think Melbourne been playing too good lately.
Yeah, I mean, Melbourne clearly got the shit the bed.
Is it the Dreamtime game?
At the G, yeah.
Good game. I was there last year for that. That was cool.
Dreamtime at the G. Look, Richmond, if there's a game they're going to circle on their calendar and get up for it, it's probably this. It's a big match.
Yep.
So maybe this is closer than most people think, but I'll be shocked if Melbourne lost. Too much class, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, we have great game. Hawthorn versus Gold Coast Suns. This one in Tassie. Fuck, you get a good game and then you throw it in Tassie.
Hawthorn and Tasmania.
Just
honestly,
AIDS, eh?
Shit club.
It's just AIDS.
Shit club. Every year they go there.
And again, these are the things I bring up with us beating Gold Coast at Norwood. It's like, that is a bit of a portion of the a factor of the game. Like we probably weight things less. And if Hawthorn beat Gold Coast here in Tassie, I'll go, because I'm a Hawthorn hater. I'll go, oh well, it was only in Tassie, so fuck them.
I can see this one going either way though somehow. Hey, like just with the amount of points that the Gold Coast Suns can score when they want to.
Yeah.
But you know what's the worst part about it? We won't even see that because it'll be blowing a gale and pissing down rain. It'll probably be like fucking 74-56 or something, and it could go either way in that direction.
Imagine this at the G or even at People First Stadium. Fucking be elite.
Fucking hell, even at NG.
Anywhere. Literally anywhere but
there.
Next game of the week, we have the Anzac Day special. It is Essendon taking on the Collingwood Magpies.
I reckon this one, brother,
has
serious... Upset? I reckon this is going to be one of those fucking... spoken about Anzac Day games.
I think this...
You smelling something?
You smelling value?
What's the price?
It's well into the $3.
Really?
Yeah. Bombers are plus 20.5. I think that is a fucking great look.
Wow.
They're $3.10.
Are we going to fade the Pies on Anzac Day?
They're $3.10. Look, obviously the class of Collingwood, you would think they would win, but they're not winning by much at the moment.
It's going to come down to this.
And this is a big game.
35 in black and white.
It will. 100% it will. 100% it will. They got no one of class. Essendon tag? Who could they...
Am I crazy in thinking... Well, actually, this would counter what my player to watch is. I'm crazy in thinking that an Essendon goal scorer might have the leading goal tally for this game. Am I crazy in saying that? Like
no.
Someone like a Peter Wright outscoring the fucking whole Collingwood forward line?
Well, who's going to fucking beat him? Jamie Elliott? It's a Jamie Elliott or no one, right?
Well... I might just quickly get this one out of the way. Jamie Elliott is my player to watch. He is.
Yeah.
It's a little bit left wing, I know that, okay? But like, it's...
No,
Anzac Day is probably the biggest day of the year for Collingwood in regards to football, even for the whole AFL. Anzac Day is massive.
Yep.
These two clubs have had this rivalry going for generations,
Mm-hmm.
and it's usually a good game. And the one player that seems to... When you look back at all the highlight reels of Anzac Day or Collingwood or even just his career highlights, it's Jamie Elliott.
Yeah.
And he's been super quiet this year. Last year, he was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm pretty sure last year he kicked 5 or 6 on Anzac Day. I'm pretty sure he did because I was there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think he had he definitely had.
He definitely had a few goals. But I'm just telling you, if he needs to stand up this week because it can't all be the fucking midfield. They're doing all the hard work. Like, if he can't kick 4 or 5 goals this week against Essendon, they ain't going to win. And if they lose to the Bombers... Put the line through them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great match. I'm excited just to watch this one as a fan. Obviously, the lead up and the ceremony.
He's gonna get like a McGrath or something playing him. Like it's gonna. I feel like the matchups will be favourable this week for him.
McGrath's
literally.
ass.
It's gonna be a favourable matchup for Jamie Elliott this week. So it's about time he pulls.
It should. And honestly, I think,
usually does.
I think like some of those young forwards for us and haven't been terrible. Like what's that? The number 3 draft pick, is it Graham or He's played like a couple of games now.
Not too sure.
He plays. He's been all right. Like, there's been a few for Essendon up top that have been like not great, but not terrible. So, yeah, I'm curious to see where this one sits. I think 20.5 is a pretty good start for Essendon. I'd probably have a nibble on that.
No, neither do I. I'll be sitting in Gerringong watching that one.
The next game we have Port Adelaide taking on the Geelong Cats at Adelaide Oval. Geelong pretty steep favourites. I'd be surprised to see them lose, but weirder things have happened, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just don't rate Port, and Geelong just have
I hate Port.
too much class.
Port suck. Like every time we bring them up,
I don't even like watching them.
Honestly, I don't even like talking about them.
Yeah.
Can we maybe just like skip over them?
I'm happy for that.
Seriously.
Next game of the round, we've got Fremantle Dockers taking on Carlton Blues at Optus Stadium. Carlton halftime, full time. I don't even think they'll win the half in this one.
I think they will.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think they will.
Freo's just wait. Their forward line's going to bash them, I reckon.
Nah, honestly, mate, I think they're going to do it again.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Who's going to kick the goals for them? They got a decent defensive line. Because it won't be that fucking Taylor Byrne, I'll tell you that.
Is Harry Mackay out?
Don't think so.
He's always just limping around whinging, that guy. You never know. Yeah, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. It's just what Carlton do.
Yeah, fair enough. Carlton halftime, Freo full time. You heard it here. Sunday.
Ollie Hollands to have a blinder.
yeah. Sunday, we've got St Kilda taking on the West Coast Eagles. St Kilda, a big price tag. Haven't really proven much at Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you reckon there?
Yeah, I don't know. I would have asked me a week ago. I would have had West Coast for a bit of value, but they looked really bad on the weekend against Freo, even though Freo are a good side. And like I said, St Kilda have played relatively well in the last couple of weeks and are starting to just like get some momentum at least. I think this is the game they need to get 4 points, and I think they're going to get them.
Yep, fair enough. Brisbane Lions taking on the Adelaide Crows at the Gabba. Potential game of the round there. Great match.
So. With Adelaide coming off a big win in some form.
Yep.
Lions coming off a loss, not in some form. You know, are we expecting a bounce back? Are we expecting I think it depends. If it was in Adelaide, I'd be a bit more confident, but...
The last three of these matches have been Adelaide by 5, Adelaide by 3, and Brisbane by 11. So close game historically.
Close game, yeah. I think it will be the same too, mate.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's got close game written all over it.
I'm going to side with Brisbane.
Yeah, Brizzy. Yeah, fair enough.
But
Brizzy and Brizzy.
Yeah, I think so.
I wish I was getting a bigger price on them though. I mean, after a loss, close loss, obviously, but $1.30, $1.35, somewhere around there.
That short.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, I don't know about that then.
Not great.
No.
But I don't know. I'm not sold on the Crows yet.
It's certainly not a lock for $1.30.
No, I'm not sold on the Crows yet. I still think a little bit questionable. So, yeah, I'm with Brizzy there in that one.
Yep.
Last game of the round, we got the GWS Giants taking on North Melbourne in Manuka in Canberra. Is that how you say it? Manuka Oval, yeah. Manuka, there you go. In Canberra. What do you got?
Yeah, I don't know, hey. Just... the Giants, I've got so many questions about them.
Upset potential?
I think so.
You reckon?
I think so, yeah. I don't know. I'm not sold.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of these games this week, both codes, I'm just like fucking coin flipping a lot.
I think the only thing is if Hogan or that forward line, like if Cadman's back in, I think North will fucking struggle to shut them down.
But if form's anything to go off.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a close one. Giants look like they're about $1.40, $1.45, somewhere around there. So a pretty steep favourite. I think they win, but I think North could turn up and surprise a little bit here.
Yeah.
Could be close. All right, let's get we pretty much just did the rapid fire tips.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed doing sort of a bit of a breakdown through, or maybe potentially we can do that moving forward, but like just sort of touching on each game.
Yeah, we can try that.
Round it off well, but yeah.
Who's your lock of the week this week?
Did you have a player of the week? Have you?
Not really. I don't know. I don't know who my player of the week is. I think I want to watch Petraka this week. I think against the Hawthorn midfield that have actually had a good couple of weeks. I think he has the potential to have a really big game. Obviously, he kicked, I think, 2 or 3 against Essendon.
Yep.
But I think against Hawthorn, he'll need to stand up because I think they'll lose otherwise. So I think he'll be my player to watch this week.
Nice.
Lock of the week.
Lock of the week.
Who do you feel most confident about this week?
I've done this two weeks in a row, I think, and it's a little bit left wing, and you're not going to see this one coming, but it's semi-close to home.
It's Geelong.
Justin McInerney, anytime goal scorer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fucking love him. He's just turning into this superstar player. Hey, seriously, not quite unsung hero anymore this year. But like I said, I wanted to go Sydney for a lock. Thought about a bit of a lull for going 40 plus for a lock, but I just think J-Mac's going to kick a goal. And I'm more confident in J-Mac kicking one than I'm in Sydney at the moment, just because I think it's a bit of a bogey potential with the Bulldogs here.
Fair enough. I like
That's
it.
my lock of the week. Justin McInerney had it one last week, had it the week before, just streaming in from the midfield. It's the only way it's going to happen. He won't be in the forwards. It's going to be getting a handball on the fly and kicking it. So if you see him running towards the 50-metre arc with the ball in hand and he kicks long, has to go through.
I like that. My lock of the week this week, and I'm along the same sort of wavelength, but I'm going Nicky Dacos anytime goal scorer.
What's the price?
I think you usually get about $1.60 somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I can't see him not kicking one. Like, he's kicked one in the last couple. Big game, big player. I think if he gets a tag, he'll float forward. Even if he doesn't, he's been spending a little bit more time full forward.
And still getting 39.
I like it. I think Nicky Dacos anytime goal scorer is
good
special.
Lock.
Yeah.
Either potentially 2 good locks or 2 bad locks. Yeah. I like them both.
We'll see. Value play. What do you got? What's your best value this week? Who do you think has the best value?
The exact same as last week, and it paid last week, and it's going to do it this week.
What do you got?
Carlton halftime, fucking Freo full time.
Yeah, okay. Hey,
it's a foolproof system.
It's happened, what, 6 out of 6 times this year?
It's happened I think it's happened every game this year. So, for the value, how is it not a fucking value play of the week?
I got so fucked last week. I put Carlton quarter 1. I tipped that. Mm-hmm. And they lost by 1 point. They were $2.20 or something to win quarter 1. They lost by 1 point, and they obviously went on to win the fucking half. Mm-hmm. The worst outcome ever.
Yeah, right.
But I like it.
How that went.
I think it's good value. I like that.
Again, I can't see how it's not a value play because it's hit every time this year at big odds. Yep. So it fucking is.
I'm going value play of the week, and I'm continuing the narrative that I'd fucking despise Hawthorn. Let's hope Gold Coast get up. Let's just hope Gold Coast get up. Let's hope they travel down to Tassie and they avoid shit weather and they fucking put 100 on the Hawks and everyone goes home happy.
Yeah, I hope it's not 57-44.
I hope also.
Yeah.
That's my value for the week. I think Gold Coast hopefully bash the Hawks.
Let's just have a good week of AFL footy this week, eh?
That'll be enough value for me.
Yeah, that's right. That's the value play of the week. Everyone will enjoy themselves this week.
And we all win.
That's right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up for the Dribble Sports Show, episode number 9. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your mates if you haven't. Anzac Day this weekend. We said it at the NRL episode, but get to your fucking local dawn ceremony. Mm-hmm. It means a lot. Doesn't take much, so make sure you get there.
Yep.
Anything from you, my friend, to sign off?
Nah, I'm excited for this week. Thursday night will be in the box for Bulldogs and Swans, so thanks for teeing that up, Frank. But everyone enjoy your week. I hope your team wins, except if you're a Bulldogs fan.
Yep.
But go out and serve the Lord.
Bash.
See you later.
Bye.